Yo guys, it's Pat. Welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about 7 things that you are not responsible for. This is really important. For me, I thought I was responsible for a lot of things. I thought I was responsible for like everybody around me at that time. I thought it was my responsibility to make them happy. My responsibility to try and put them in a better mood if they're in a shit mood, right? Whatever it was, I thought I was responsible, and I put a lot of pressure on me, unneeded pressure, and just extra bullshit that didn't need to be there. So let's jump into it, right? So you are not responsible for other people's happiness, okay? That is not your responsibility, okay? Whatsoever. Now, you can make someone laugh once in a while. That's pretty good, right? But how they are internally, happiness comes from internally, and if they are not happy internally, there's nothing you can do to change that, right? That is their problem. That is not There's nothing that you can do, and you are not responsible for that. Okay. Second one, you are not responsible for trying to make people understand your opinion, your point of view, or your choices. Let them be confused. You understand them. You understand what's going on in your life. You are not responsible to try and make them understand. Does that make sense? With everything that's going down in this country right now, kind of a shit show, you have your choices. Right now, if you like to debate, like I do, I like to debate. I like to see other people's point of views. I want to learn. You have to know when to talk about it, right? But you are not responsible for letting. You're not responsible for making people understand your choices. That's not your responsibility. Okay. Number three, next one, big for me. So as a kid growing up, like I said earlier in the video, I thought I was responsible for how people were feeling, their emotions. You're not in charge of managing another person's emotions. That is their shit. Everybody has their own stuff going on in their lives that led them to these choices, to these actions, to these emotions. Right? Right. I'm glad we're on the same page because you can only control you and your body. At the end of the day, if your spouse, relationship, your friend, if they're in a shit mood, that's their deal. You know what I mean? You're not responsible for how they feel whatsoever. If you're in a kick-ass mood, you're gonna have a kick-ass day. Screw everybody else, and I mean that. Screw your partner, everybody, because you are having a great day, and your energy can help other people. It can help other people, but you're not responsible for helping them. It is not your job. It is not your job to help someone else feel better. That is their own job. Okay. Next one. You do not have to prove your worth to other people. It is not your job or your responsibility to prove yourself to others. If you know what you're worth, you know what you're worth. This comes to job, relationships, family, the whole nine. If you know your worth, that is all that matters. You are not responsible for proving yourself to others. Are we clear? Good. This was big. This was big for me. I had a big problem with this one. So you are not responsible for meeting everyone's expectations. If For me, my parents expected me to go to school and to finish school and graduate and have this big old degree and do all this yada yada yada. What about you? What about your expectations of yourself that actually matter? Everyone else's expectations can go right in the trash can. They don't fucking matter. They don't matter. They absolutely do not. I love my family. I love my mom and dad more than anything in the world. Their expectations of me can go right out the door because I don't care. I have my expectations of me and I hold myself to a high standard as it is. So why should I add that extra stress of their view, their perspective to me? Why should I add that in when my view of me matters most? Again, you are not responsible for meeting everyone's expectations of you at all. You are not required whatsoever. It's going to hit some people. You are not responsible for rescuing people from their problems. This is something I have been struggling with for probably about 20 years. I know I'm only 26, but still 20 years. It is their problem. That's it. It's their problem. Like, I've got a buddy right now. I love the death. He's family. They're having a really hard time financially. I mean, really hard. It's way tighter than, you know, I'd like it. And then I put myself in their shoes and I try to see it from their perspective, and it stresses me out. So it's like, oh God, what can I do to help them? And blah, 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 blah. But it's like, okay, what about me? And what about me? It's like, it's not selfish to take care of yourself first. Okay. They need to learn. They need to learn from life. They need to learn on how to handle these situations. Now, if they ask for help, maybe there's something that I can do. Right. But at the end of the day, they need to learn on their own and figure out life on their own. It is not selfish to take care of yourself first. Okay? You are not responsible for rescuing people from their problems. That is not your responsibility. That is not your job. You have your own problems to deal with, as does everybody else. So I've talked about this one a lot on my channel. If you haven't, go back, watch some of my older videos. Stop wasting your time and energy on things that you cannot control. Okay, so let's talk about what you can control. Yourself. That's it. You control your attitude, your mood, your actions. Everything that you can control are from within you. They're all internal, right? So anything that is external, like if this computer blows up, could I have controlled that? Probably not. If my phone fucking dies, could I have controlled that? I mean, I probably could have plugged it in. But other than that, no, right? There's nothing outside of your body that you can control. You can maybe do something to prevent something from happening, but actually control something, and especially another human, no chance. Not gonna happen. No chance. You can't control another human unless you're a freak or mind control. Right? So their problems, their emotions, their opinions, their actions, that's them. You got your own actions, you got your own stuff to deal with. So it's like, focus on you. Focus on you and the things that you can control. Again, mood, actions, how you present yourself, right? Stuff like that. Okay. That was 7 things you are not responsible for. Tough vid. Tough vid for me to make because I was on this list. This list is based off of me. Like, this is not something I just pulled out of my ass. Like, I based this off of me from growth of the last few years. So this is tough. You know, it's tough to hear. It's tough to say out loud. But if some of it resonated with you, there's something to work on. But I care about every single one of you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, drop a like, let me know, drop a comment, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.